We are starting the weekend with some encouraging news. I want you to take a look at the famous Indy Motor Speedway, home of the Indy 500. Opening up at the mega vaccination site this morning, more than 16,000 people signed up to get a shot of the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine this weekend.
That is a good site. Several mass vaccination sites across the country right now operating around the clock 7 days a week, including Yankee Stadium. All this, of course, on the heels of that major milestone, the U.S. now averaging at least 2 million shots a day.
That is such good news right there. At this hour, more than 54 million Americans have received at least one dose of the vaccine. That's 21% of the adult population of our country. But now there are growing fears in some states that they're reopening too quickly. In Atlanta, health officials are concerned this weekend's NBA All-Star festivities could be a super spreader event. Steve Osunsami is live outside the CDC with the new warnings. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, George. Authorities here at the CDC are struggling with competing messages. Yes, the vaccine is rolling out, but they warn that it is still not yet time for large parties and super large gatherings.
The CDC this morning says that for the first time in the United States, more than 2 million vaccine doses are being put into arms each day. In New York, they were up all night at Yankee Stadium, where they're now giving out that single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
I feel like everyone should take it. You can't go wrong. I don't think so.
States like Texas say that the vaccine is just one of the reasons why they're now starting to ease up on COVID-related restrictions. Starting next week, the state no longer requires anyone to wear a face covering in public. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has gotten an earful from public health officials over this and answered his critics Thursday night.
The mask requirement being eliminated isn't going to make that big of a change in the state of Texas. Also, people in Texas will continue to wear masks, even though there's not a state mandate.
Mississippi is also saying goodbye to face masks. And in California, high schools are getting back to indoor and outdoor sports. But in states like Connecticut, Alabama, and West Virginia, they're still so concerned about the spread of disease, they are extending rules requiring masks.
The bottom line is we've kept the mask mandate in place for more than a generous period of time because it's helped.
In Atlanta, the city's mayor is asking people not to come to town for the NBA All-Star game this weekend. She and others point out that across the U.S., Georgia has the 6th highest number of reported COVID cases in the last 7 days and the 5th highest number of deaths. On top of all that, Georgia ranks dead last in the number of shots in arms for every 100,000 people.
We anticipate there will be a lot of activities, especially in our nightlife districts. And so we're just making sure that we are prepared.
The NBA is not selling any tickets to the All-Star game. It's closed to the public, and there are no official public events. But authorities still worry that bars, restaurants, and nightclubs will be packed.
Both the president and the director of the CDC are now trying to convince states that now is not the time to roll back public health measures. They worry that we will lose many of the gains that we've made against the coronavirus. Michael?
And we do not want to do that, Steve. Thank you so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.